Coleraine Football Club and the Showgrounds reached their 100th anniversary now in 2027, and over the last number of years we're seeing declining capacity at the ground through our licensing at a time when we're seeing more and more people coming to the games as a result of the cost of living crisis in the UK, and it's making it increasingly difficult to get to Premiership and Scottish matches. The board here at Coleraine Football Club started in the process about 2 years ago to look at developing the facilities to help to manage this growth, and they've been enthused by the interest shown by the fans and the supporters within the community. And as a result of that, we've prepared a very ambitious plan to develop the stadium to a capacity of 8,000. They've also been encouraged by the fans to make an application to the Levelling Up Fund for £16.5 million to develop these facilities. We have been very encouraged by the support of the community and the fans who come along to the game, who have been very, very supportive and have been 100% behind the bid. Uniquely, we are seeing support from all over the UK, from MPs through Westminster, and cross-party support here in Northern Ireland for our application, which we're delighted to see. We're hoping to hear very soon on how that application gets on. We know from the work that we've done with IFA and UEFA that Coleraine Football Club is worth £5.5 million into the local economy on an annual basis, and this development will only enhance that even further. And we would love to be able to see an international game or international games and the finals of the Northern Ireland Super Cup back here before its 100th anniversary in 2027.
I'm delighted to be able to support the application from Coleraine Football Club under the Levelling Up scheme for what I think is a tremendous project. Won't just be for the benefit of Coleraine Football Club, its fans, its players, but that in itself is a good project, but a much wider project that will benefit people across the community here. The ground itself is based in the town centre, immediately adjacent to housing estates and housing developments that are in need of improvement and of assistance, but offer employment prospects to people both locally and more further afield. It is a tremendous project, and I know it has attracted support from a wide number of MPs. I'm glad as a local Member of Parliament to add my weight to it, and I've spoken to a number of other Members of Parliament who've been fascinated by the project as they've read about it, because the club has been in touch on a wide basis, and it does seem to be attracting support right across the community, not confined to the North Coast. But this is almost a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for a football club to reach out beyond just its own base, beyond its supporters, but into the local community and even further afield, and become a real gem, a diamond for the North Coast and for Northern Ireland.
I'm here just to say how important this initiative is for the town of Coleraine and the borough of Causeway, Coast and Glens. The investment is potentially game-changing for the whole area. Coleraine is a large town with a strong history behind it and a very strong sporting history, but it has suffered as through a lack of investment. Average wages are much lower than the rest of Northern Ireland, and frankly I think there needs to be levelling up within the levelling up across the United Kingdom, because there is a need to spread some of the wealth outside of Belfast and into the more rural areas and the towns that are distant from where all the economic prosperity sits in Belfast. In terms of the town itself, clearly the football club is really it's a cornerstone, it's an anchor for activity in the town, particularly through weekends. But with the investment in the pitch here, increasingly there's huge amount of activity from local people, young people throughout the week now. This is a brilliant opportunity for regeneration in the town of Coleraine. There's a new regional college being built just a couple of 100 metres from here. The council itself has plans to redevelop the leisure centre. You benefit here from the proximity of the bus and train station and the opportunity to really stimulate the town of Coleraine, which frankly has suffered from a bit of neglect over the last few years. With this initiative, this project, I think could really catalyse the local economy and bring huge benefits to what's actually a very poor part of the country.
We've been working over the last few months with the club We've done a community survey to try and test the emotional well-being temperature out there, and we had an excellent response from that. 231 people came back to us, and that has given us a real sense of the level of need there is out there, and it's given us some ideas around what we can do to address that need. So the opportunity to do emotional well-being work from the Showgrounds site here, I think it will open up the space for a different purpose for a lot of people, and give people an opportunity to come here maybe for the first time and see what goes on at the Showgrounds, and perhaps even turn up on a match day as well.
A new stadium in Coleraine would mean a lot to myself and the next generation. It would also give me the opportunity to train and play with Northern Ireland in my hometown, and with the recent success of the Northern Ireland women's team, this would inspire a lot of young boys and girls within the next generation. It would also allow us to bring major events to the local area and reach out to the community to create opportunities that aren't available at present. A new stadium would be key in enabling that, as the current facilities don't allow it.
There's no question that we have massive advantage to the area. Coleraine is the senior club in the northwest. Sometimes it gets forgotten about, focuses on Belfast, but you know, so much importance in the area of the football club to be healthy, but not just that, but to be able to add other activities and other interests, and finance would help that. In terms of, you know, cross community, diversity, women's football, you know, to have the senior club as Coleraine, to be enhanced by a financial development would be great for the area.
On a day when the minds of many in this house will at least be partially focused on a certain international football match in Qatar, I bring good news for ministers about a high quality levelling up fund relating to local football in Northern Ireland. Earlier this month, I was invited to visit Coleraine Football Club on the stunning Causeway Coast to hear more about their bid to redevelop their home ground. My lords, it is located between two wards in the top 10% most deprived areas of Northern Ireland, and the planned works would include a environment community hub with meeting rooms for community events, classrooms for educational programs. There is also will be a 3G community training pitch with floodlighting, which will provide a real boost to youth football, both male and female. My lords, I was pleased to see that the club's application has attracted the support of all sides, and at every level of community, business, political and sporting life in the northwest of the province, as well as from several former Northern Ireland Secretaries of State and other distinguished parliamentarians. My lords, I urge the noble lady, the Minister, to take an active interest in Coleraine Football Club's bid, because it surely represents what the government's levelling up agenda is all about.